Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are back with our Moho Expedition and our Moho lander with Robo Kerman. And yeah, we are currently 32 days into the mission, so 32 days or 1 month has passed since we launched from Kerbal. And yeah, look at this, we are already pretty close to the sun, or a little bit closer to the sun, because well, the thing has become quite huge, and well, we have not reached our sun periapsis. We are still 3 days out of the sun periapsis, but we are already pretty close to it, and we are also only about 5 days out of our Moho encounter, so this is pretty cool. And to bring you also up to date what happened in this last month since we launched. Yeah, look at this, look at the beautiful parallel flight of our Joule expedition. We have all the 4 interplanetary missions going on, flying up to Joule, and they are pretty parallel to each other. Well, they will arrive there separated by a few days, and this is pretty good for me, because then I have enough time to prepare their arrival, and they're not arriving at the same time. But yeah, look at this, they are making good progress. They have even left the orbit of Duner, and they are now between Duner and Dress, and they are on a good way up to Joule, but they have still a long way to go until they arrive there. But yeah, this is pretty cool, and I pretty much like how close they are towards each other, and this is really cool. And yeah, look at our trajectory. As you can see over here, we are not at the closest point to the sun, but we are already pretty close. And yeah, the next thing, I set up a maneuver node in 51 minutes, and this maneuver node will, let me see, can we see this over here? Yeah, you can see this will change our Moho periapsis for 5,000 kilometers down to 20 kilometers. So this is quite useful that we can change our trajectory a little bit. In this case, let me now start looking for the maneuver node. Oh no, I'm pointing currently toward the wrong direction. And wait, there is another thing. Let me not disable, but I want to... wait, are we... High space over the sun. Okay, we are not close to the sun. I want to rename the vessel. It's not Altair 3 anymore. This is now the Moho Expedition. Okay, very good. Moho Expedition. And now I was looking for the maneuver node, so let me start looking and searching for the maneuver node. Okay. Oh, it's almost a retrograde burn. Okay. So let me aim for the node. Okay, very good. And although it's not so important that I'm doing the burn spot on the maneuver node, I like to get a little bit closer to it. So let me just do a short time warp to get a little bit closer. And look at Robo, he can't believe that he is on his very first mission, that this is also an interplanetary mission. I think he's really happy about what he has achieved after his recent join to the space program. And yeah, I think he's really happy about this, and around 5 minutes or so before the maneuver node, I will finally do the burn. And let's come here to the stop, very good. Okay, and I want to do the burn from this position, because I want to see what I'm doing here, or if I'm doing everything right. So now, let me do the burn. And you can see the periapsis is decreasing as expected, this is very good. Okay, and... let's cut the engine at first here. We are almost there. It's even a little bit wonky due to the slight oscillation of the spacecraft. Okay, I think I have to burn a little bit in this direction. Now, very gently, very gently. And 30 kilometers. Oh no. Okay, this was a little bit too much. We have now a periapsis of 1 kilometer, but I think we can fix this later on when we are arriving there. This is very close, but yeah, I think during our burn to establish an orbit, we can fix this a little bit. And yeah, this means now we have to go another 5 days until our Moho encounter. And I think, yeah, I will just cut you out and bring you back in once we have our encounter with Moho and we are in the sphere of influence of Moho. Okay, here we are. The sun is still very huge. And look at this, down there is Moho. Yeah, we have Moho inside. We are shortly before reaching the sphere of influence of Moho, and then we can start thinking about doing our rival burn or our burn to establish an orbit and to get captured by Moho. I hope we are not too fast, and I hope I can slow down with the fuel in my Jumbo 64 fuel tank. Oh, look at this. We are really fast. This is exactly what I expected, or this is really the thing I was talking about in the last episode. As I said, this is the reason why I like to have the huge orange tank, and now it's about getting an encounter and or getting into an orbit, and I don't know if we really can do this because, yeah, look at this. Look at how much delta V is needed to get captured, and yeah, this is the estimated burn of 28 minutes. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. Very nice. Okay, this is exactly what I feared, and yeah, now I have to deal with this, and I'm not sure if I'm able to do so because, yeah, this is exactly the problem I was talking about, that we are coming down with a very high or that we are coming down in a strange inclination, and in this case, yeah, I don't know, I don't think so that we can do this, and this is really unfortunate. This is really not fun at all. That apparently my next Moho expedition is again a failure. But yeah, we will see. What we can do. The only thing to find out is now to throttle up and to see what we can achieve. So yeah, I'm burning retrograde in the hope that I can get captured by Moho before I'm running out of fuel. And yeah, you see, this will take now some time, and in this case, I think, yeah, we will meet again at the end of this burn when we are on the one hand out of fuel, or when we manage to come to a stop. We will find out. We will find out when this has happened. So yeah, let me do the burn for you. Okay, we have already slowed down by a quite significant degree, but I have bad news because I have totally miscalculated or misassumed the needed delta V for arriving at Moho, and yeah, this is now a really problem because you can see we are getting really low on fuel and we have to complete a burn of 1700 meters per second of delta V. And yeah, this is really problematic right now. Yeah, I think Robo has now a problem, and I'm not quite sure how to fix this problem. Okay, the main fuel tank, the orange fuel tank, is now empty. Now we are running out of the small outside fuel tanks, but I don't think that the remaining fuel is enough to slow us down so that we can establish an orbit. So yeah, we now have a problem. Yeah, Moho is all the time pretty exciting, and well, most of the problems come due to the fact that it has such a strange inclination around the sun, and when you like to fly to Moho, you sometimes have this problem that you have to kill about 6,000 meters per second of delta V, and this is pretty intense. So yeah, I think we now have a problem, and we might get down to about 1,000 meters of second delta V when we are running out, or maybe 1,300 or so. So yeah, this is now really a problem, and we are out. We are now officially out of fuel, and where are we? We are here. We are Moho Periapsis. Huh? We are 28 minutes out for the Moho Periapsis, so let me just get rid of this maneuver, and let's see again. How much delta V do we need to establish now an orbit? 1,600. Well, okay, about 1,500 delta V currently. Yeah, I think now, because we can't return back to Kerbal even if we are able to establish an orbit, because we need to launch some kind of supply mission up there. Because the interplanetary stage is out of fuel. So my idea now is that I will use these slower engines to slow us down. Or not these lower engines. Instead, I will bring over the fuel from my lander engines to the... Oh no! Before I do this, let me just cut this throttle. I will bring over the fuel into the jumbo fuel tank in the hope that this fuel I have in my lander is enough to at least establish an orbit around Moho. And then we need to send our next interplanetary spacecraft up to Moho to slow us down in the hope, here as I said, that we can then do a landing. And right now it's just about getting an orbit. Okay, now let me throttle up. Okay, now it says about 4 minutes. So in this case we can get a little bit closer to Moho. Oh wait, before we do so, I remember one thing. We had the Moho flyby, so let me just see. I think we did the temperature. No, temperature can't be done out here. The gravity can be done out here. Log gravity data. Okay, we have already done this, so let me reset the experiment. But there's one thing we haven't done right now, and this is an EVA. So, oh, what are you doing? Okay, Robo, your very first EVA on your approach to Moho. EVA report. EVA report while in high space over Moho. You've recorded your observations about the situation. Okay, let's keep the data and let's bring your data into the capsule. Very good. And then you can do also a crew report. The planet doesn't appear to have an atmosphere, and you notice darker spots across the surface. Okay, we can transmit this data back home. So, okay. And then we have reviewed stored data. This is my EVA report. It has also no transmission loss, so we can transmit this data also back home. Okay, well done. Now we need to approach a little bit closer to Moho before we can continue with our burn. So let us approach a little bit, and look how Robo is smiling. He is enjoying this. He is enjoying that he is getting closer to Moho and that he has at least a successful flight up here. But unfortunately here it's only a partial success, because I don't think 4 minutes. Okay, in this case I can go down to maybe 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes 50 seconds or so. Yeah, I think right now is a good position. So now let me start the engines. Let me throttle way up. And then we want to establish an orbit. Okay, this is now a really disappointing outcome of the mission, because, well, I was sure that the huge orange tank would be enough to slow us down and to help us to establish an orbit around Moho, but, well, apparently not. Apparently we have only a partial success. Well, at least we have enough fuel, hopefully, to establish an orbit around Moho and to come to a stop so that we can orbit around Moho. But on the other hand, yeah, we need to launch another interplanetary mission with enough fuel to, on the one hand, refuel our lander so that we can do the landing on Moho, and on the other hand, that we have enough fuel to return back to Kerbal, because, well, currently we are then completely out of fuel, or we will have only a few drops of fuel left once we come to a stop and once we have established our orbit. And here, in this case, yeah, this is bad. I really hope for the fact that my approach would be a little bit slower and that I don't need to slow down by 6,000 meters per second. But no, I had really bad luck, and yeah, this is a problem I was already talking about. And now we need to see. What about my fuel? I think we have enough fuel to slow down, hopefully. I hope that these 300 units of liquid fuel are enough to kill the last 1000 meters per second so that we can have our orbit. And yeah, this is now really a sad outcome, and well, the fuel left in the interplanetary stage after we come to a stop won't be enough to do a landing on Moho, or well, maybe enough to do the landing, but not enough to also leave Moho again. and I can't do this. I can't try to attempt a landing when I'm sure that I can't bring a Robo back into space. And in this case, we need to wait for a next launch window up to Moho. And once we have this launch window, we would be able to send up some additional fuel so that he can hopefully return back to Kerbal and also to land on the surface of Moho. And yeah, I think the fuel should be good enough, or should be enough, so that we can do our landing down there. But okay, this means no, not okay. I just thought the changing camera angle would have meant that we have an orbit, but apparently not yet. We need to continue our burn. But now, okay, look at this. The Moho escape is now increasing by a significant degree and is getting closer. So this is good. This is a good sign that we will finally come to a stop. Okay, and we are still burning. Yeah, okay. But Robo is still happy because he is aware that he will be able to come to a stop. This is good. Whew, come on. Okay, it's increasing the escape. This is good. And currently only 200 meters per second to go until we arrive there where we want to arrive, and we can establish our orbit. And then we have unfortunately to wait for the time that we have another good launch window from Kerbal up to Moho, and I hope that this time, on the one hand, maybe my approach is a little bit better. I need to maybe do a more detailed approach. I was doing a direct approach. I was doing a direct launch attempt to fly up to Moho and to establish an orbit, or not to establish an orbit, but to arrive at Moho, and maybe this has screwed a little bit the thing. Maybe I should have done our first initial burn, and then okay, now we have officially entered an orbit. This is great. So our periapsis is currently at wait, I need to shift the thing around. I want to have an equatorial orbit. If I want to do so, I need to do this, I think, over here, right? No, wrong direction. Yeah, I need to do this over here. So it's good that the orbit is so eccentric, so I can drift outwards, and when I'm out there I can do, yeah, 64 kilometers is good. I can do the change that I can have an equatorial orbit around Moho, and then I can decrease my apoapsis, and we have a few drops of fuel left. Okay, we are now getting closer. Haven't we done anything? Okay, let me try log gravity data. Okay, we have also exhausted this experiment, and then we have a temperature, log temperature. We have also exhausted this experiment, so it's no use, but we haven't done the crew report for in space near Moho. The planet doesn't appear to have... Okay, this is again the same thing. Let me transmit the crew report from Moho, from near space of Moho. Okay, and now, Robo, your next EVA. Switch on your lights. You are now over Moho, and EVA report while in space near Moho. Well done. Keep the data and port again. Okay, well done. Now, review stored data. Okay, and keep data. No, transmit data. You want to transmit data back home. And here there's one thing I haven't checked for the for the first Moho expedition. Mystery goo. We have done this. Okay, so reset experiment. And what about the Science Junior? We have also done this. Okay, let's reset this experiment. Okay, then the next correction burn is coming up, and wow, 17 hours. Let me do this. Let me do a time warp so that we are getting out there to the apoapsis to have the chance. Wow, look how big the sun is. Wow, the sun is really huge. Okay, let me now drift out so that we can change our trajectory or our orbit to an equatorial orbit. And here, then, Robo, you will spend a lot of time in orbit around Moho, and you have to wait for the arrival of the next fuel. And when the next fuel is arrived, then you can start thinking about doing your landing, and then you have to wait for the return launch window. So this this is really a long time. I think you have to spend here, maybe more time than you anticipated for your very first space mission. But well, this is okay. We overshot a little bit, but I hope it's still still doable for us to fix this. Okay, Robo is still smiling. This is good. Turn back, turn back, turn back. And okay, let's do the burn here. And well done. Let's okay, finish the burn. And how is my trajectory looking like? Yeah, this is almost perfect. Can I 10 minutes? No, I want to get a little bit closer. 6 minutes. Yeah, well, 6 minutes, 5 minutes is good enough at maneuver. When I want to change is just a little bit. Yeah, this is much better. Okay, let me just do this. Just a tiny little burn. And well done, well done. Okay, now I'm happy. Now I'm happy with my trajectory. And now the next thing is, because I'm not quite sure about the Moho probe I sent it up here. Have I done the... No, I haven't done this material study by in high space over Moho. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it would be fun to paint the rocket with this. Okay, let me just keep this data. But I think I have done the mystery goo out here. Am I right? Yeah, I have done the mystery goo. So let me at least keep these experiments from far out of Moho. And now I want to go over to my Moho periapsis, and I want to decrease at first the orbit. Oh, this is a huge burn again. 100 by 124. I think this is good enough. Okay, next burn is coming up again in 17 hours. So in this case, let us fall back to Moho, so that we can do there our burn and establish almost circular orbit around Moho, where we can almost overshot again, where we can remain and wait for the supply mission to arrive. Because, well, how much fuel is left? 115. I don't know. I think we will be almost complete out of fuel when we are here around Moho in our orbit, after we have circularized the orbit. Okay, let me see now. Let me see. Throttle up. Throttle up. Okay, what is the fuel doing? The fuel is decreasing, but maybe we will have some tiny drops of fuel left when we finish this. Or I don't know. This is decreasing rapidly. Yeah, okay. Well, at least I calculated the fuel right. I brought exactly the right amount of fuel to establish an orbit around Moho. So it is a partial success, and the poor... And... cut the engine. Okay, well done. We have an orbit 107 by 125. Okay, almost a circular orbit. Good job. Good job, Robo. You are here. And we don't have even enough fuel to refuel one of the lander fuel tanks. Okay, yeah, in this case, yeah, partial success. We need to wait that. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh wait, do we need to wait? Let me just check my numbers. Well, a little bit overshot. I think we are a little bit too far, but we almost... Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible that we have currently a launch window from Kerbal up to Moho. I think we can check this in the next episode. I'm looking currently at my notes, and the degrees I noted down here for having a launch window up to Moho from Kerbal could be currently exactly the right degrees. Maybe a little bit... maybe Moho is a little bit too far away, but we need to check this in the next episode. Maybe we can launch right away the supply mission for Robo, so that in the next about 30 to 40 days he will receive its supplies and can do his landing. So yeah, maybe this will work out well. But right now we are at the end of today's episode, as the huge sun is setting over Moho. Well, one thing I like to check. Let me just toggle display. wow, we are so close to the sun and we have minus 200 degrees. Interesting, interesting, okay. But yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to check, and yeah, we brought back some crew reports and some EVA reports, and we arrived at Moho, but unfortunately we have not enough fuel. So next up, maybe the alignment looks quite promising. Maybe we can send up some fuel in the next episode, but right now we are now at the end as the sun is setting, as I already said. In this case, I hope you liked this arrival at Moho, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we hopefully are able to launch some supplies for Robo Kerman. In this case, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Abby. See you!